Good evening, everyone. This is Gina with Gay Teen Suicide News. A study shows that teenagers who are not accepted by their family for being homosexual or transgenders are 8.4 more likely to commit suicide. And for every completed suicide, it is estimated that 100 to 200 attempts are made. Teenage suicide in the U.S. remains comparably high in the 15 to 24 age group, with 4,000 suicides in this age range. In 2004, making it the third leading cause of death for those aged 15 through 24. On September 22, 2010, 18-year-old Tyler Clementi jumped off the George Washington Bridge in New York City after learning that his roommate, Ravi, had recorded Clementi having sexual encounters with another man. On the morning of September 23, 2010, 13-year-old Asher Brown told his stepfather he was gay right before he took his stepfather's 9mm Beretta and shot himself in the head, falling dead to the closet floor. Hello everyone, today we have a special guest here with us, Jenica, to share her experience of losing a very close friend almost 5 years ago, Ashley Franco. Hi Jenica, it's a pleasure having you here. Do you mind telling us a little bit about your story?
Thank you for having me. Yes, I actually brought a piece of a journal that I had written the day of her death. Do you mind if I read it?
No, go ahead.
Thank you. I remember when I logged onto my MySpace on May 2007 and found the worst news about a friend you can ever receive. My dearest friend, Ashley Franco, had passed away at the age of 18, and almost a little less than a month away from her high school graduation. Ashley was a homosexual. She had a girlfriend at the time of her death. From what was told to me by her closest friends was that she made a phone call to her girlfriend the night before, telling her that she was tired of not being accepted by her family of her being a homosexual, and said her goodbyes to her. She was feeling very depressed, and she felt she had reached her level of tolerance of not being accepted. She walked over to a park which was less than a block away and was found the next day dead, hanging by a shoelace on a tree.
Very tough. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Okay, how did this whole situation of losing a close friend impacted your life?
It impacted my life because having friends who are homosexual or transgender, having them even kidding around or threatening to say that they want to commit suicide, everybody should take it very seriously. This impacted my life because I wouldn't want this to happen to any of their friends who are homosexual.
Okay. And how do you feel about sexuality?
Me personally, I am very open to sexuality. I'm not homosexual myself, but I don't mind having anybody close to me, friends, family, classmates, colleagues, whatever, be, homosexual. As long as they don't hit on me, I'm very fine because I'd rather have a friend who's gay a million times over a straight friend.
Okay. Just because you're different does not give anyone the right to treat you differently.
As ordinary citizens, the ways for us to help improve gay teen suicide is to know the facts about suicide. It's important that we recognize the dangers such as increased isolation, expression of feelings of helplessness or hopelessness, a lack of future orientation, negative attitude about oneself, and suicidal feelings. Upon recognizing any of these dangers, it is important that we take them seriously. 75% of all of those who have committed suicide have gave some type of warning about the action they were going to do. When taking these things seriously, it is important that we are willing to help, to be there, and help instill hope in their lives, and let them know that it's going to get better. Ways that we could personally get involved including volunteering at hotlines and answering crisis calls. We could donate money to promote the education about gay teen suicide and to create safe places where these homosexual teens can go to feel comfortable with themselves. Lastly, we could spread the word about gay teen suicide and how important it is to address the problem. We could share our experience of our friends and families that have committed this act and how it has drastically changed our lives forever. There are plenty of resources available to us to learn more about suicide in general, such as the National Suicide Prevention Center, the American Association of Suicidology, and the California Department of Mental Health. For gay teen specific suicide information, we could look at the Trevor Project or the It Gets Better Project.
I open my eyes, I try to see, but I'm blinded by the white light. I can't remember how, I can't remember why I'm lying here tonight, and I can't stand the pain, and I can't make it go. No, I can't stand the pain. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. I'm sick of this life, I just wanna scream. How could this happen to me? Everybody's screaming, I try to make a sound, but no one hears me. I'm slipping off the edge, I'm hanging by a thread. I wanna start this over again. So I try to hold on to a time when nothing mattered, and I can't explain what happened, and I can't erase the things that I've done. No, I can't. How could this happen to me? I've made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. I'm sick of this life, I just wanna scream. How could this happen to me?
Many gay teen suicides what we had to experience before we realized that as an anti-gay society, we are all contributing to the deaths of these children.